Hi everybody, Avana Intuitive here with our weekly tarot card reading for the week of September 25th, 2025. I am using one of my most favorite decks, the Akashic Tarot by Sharon Klingler and Sandra Taylor. Getting a clarifying card from a new deck called the Threads of Karma, which does not have a book with it, so there's nothing to read with that one, and doing the 3-card pick using the Guiding Light Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. As we get started here, I'm shuffling this Akashic Tarot, but I want to remind everyone this is for entertainment purposes only. And I also want to, remind you that if something resonates, that's fine. And if something doesn't resonate, that's fine too. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I love all of you guys here. I totally appreciate you being here. And, yeah, I enjoy doing this. And if you have any comments or anything, please let me know. And I guess that's really about it at the moment. So we're going to just pull these cards. Let's see what we have for a weekly energy reading for the week of September 25th, 2025. Let's see what we get. As you know, I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'll pull a clarifying card, and then we'll go over those cards, and then we'll do a deep dive on them. How's that? And see what energies we can, we can see what energies may be coming up this week. All right, I was just told that is it. And if I'm like, this is interesting. These are 3 cards I don't think I've ever gotten in this deck before. So that'll be fun for all of us to go over those, and I'll go over those shortly. Let me just shuffle the Threads of Karma cards. So this is a new deck. You know what? I had a card fly out. It just seemed like that one wasn't relevant. So and I don't know why. Now this card, now we had a card totally fly out and land on these other cards. And I love this because this one I do find relevant. All right, first card is this 21, which is a 3, which is, well, it's very spiritual. 3s are very spiritual. And it says Uriel and the Sphinx. Interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten this card before. Then we got the 2 of Keys, the Treasure, which I don't think I've ever gotten before. And then the 3 of Forces, the Bird's Nest, which I don't think I've ever gotten before. So it's kind of fun to get some new cards that I'm not really familiar with at all. For our clarifying card, I got Accept Imperfection. So we will read that and do more of a deep dive on that when we get there. So the first card that we have here is number 21, and it is Uriel and the Sphinx. Okay, I had to look at that because I was like, what is that? And that's the wings of, I'm assuming it's the wings of Uriel, so we'll find out. The Archangel Uriel stands before the Sphinx under a full moon. The Sphinx is usually shown with the body of a lion, indicating strength, and the head of a king, showing authority and intelligence. But more than this, the Sphinx represents the enigmatic and inscrutable, the silent holder of truth and the ancient mysteries of the world. Here, the Archangel Uriel connects and confers with this great source of mystery. This card shows that it's time for you to do the most important and possibly the most difficult work in your life. The digging and inner discovery that takes you to your deepest self. Oh, this is getting good. Takes you to your deepest self and your deepest power. Even the great Sphinx had to be dug out many times from the blowing desert sands that buried it up to its neck. And you must dig diligently too. You may have to chip away at the rock-like substance of your old belief and histories so that you can get to the truth inside. But don't worry, you have begun already and you've made considerable inroads. There's also someone here to help you, Uriel, whose name means Fire of God. You can work directly in your meditations with this archangel for self-understanding, transformation, and guidance. Also, be on the lookout for someone in your daily life whom Uriel has sent. This could be a teacher, a mentor, or even a new friend who shares a kinship with you about this inner quest. It is a relationship of great value that comes in a time of profound power. Don't diminish the importance of this phase. It is this work that leads you to your initiation and to your higher power. Oh. Wow, I'm like practically speechless. What do you say after reading that? So let's go. Okay, I love that. Then we get the 2 of Keys, the Treasure. A man looks dejectedly at a smashed treasure chest in a room that obviously has been robbed and plundered. Behind him, a stream of light shines from below the lid of an unbroken chest that rests on a small table, the only piece of furniture in the room that hasn't been touched. This card represents a great loss or disappointment in your life right now. It could be the loss of a job, a relationship, or even an opportunity. But remember that this phase is temporary. It might take some time and effort to rally your forces to recover, but there is a great treasure within you that is always available. The little chest represents that part of you that is filled with light. It isn't vulnerable, and it can never be lost or damaged. When you focus on what's wrong or what's lacking, it perpetuates your sense of emptiness and victimization. So don't let yourself get lost in your loss. Open the lid to your light and let it illuminate your way. There are other opportunities and greater wealth waiting for you to discover. Don't I say every week these cards come out? I mean, I'm getting the chills. These cards come out and they all like start to work together and teach, and they just can teach, and they just have a beautiful message. As this week, I don't think it's any different. And then we have three of forces, the bird's nest. A strong, sturdy nest cradles a new family of birds as the babies are fed. This card represents the force of creativity and expansion. When you receive this card upright, it is a signal to focus on starting new things or expanding, perhaps your business, your network of friends, or indeed your family. There may be some effort involved. The nest has to be built, and you will need to be open to the additions coming your way. Children may be forthcoming. You may be renovating your home, or perhaps you will be hiring new employees or opening new business locations. Whatever it is, it will be well worth the effort, for the expansion will bring you great joy. Spiritual expansions may be in store as well. It's never too late to widen your network of spirit, family, friends, and guides. The rewards of that kind of expansion are limitless. I love it. I'm getting the chills. Let's talk about these cards in a moment. And then we, as our clarifying card, accept imperfections. Perfection doesn't exist. Embrace your flaws and those of others. They are the key to growth. You know, I just love this message this week. We have the Sphinx, the great mysteries, right? And we have Archangel Uriel, who actually took Archangel Metatron around when he was, in his earthly form, and showed him the sacred geometry of the universe, right? If he has taught Metatron, who is like the strongest archangel, the one that sits right there with Source. If he can show Metatron, he can certainly show us, right, our deep inner workings, who we are, what our beliefs are, what that bright light is that we hold inside that can't be damaged, bringing us to this treasure, this bright light inside of us that can't be damaged. It's not changed. It's truth. It's unconditional love. It's who we are, right? And then this bird's nest. And I see, as I pick this card up, the transformative butterfly, right? The butterfly representing transformation. We're taking this time and we're moving forward. It's a time where we really can go deep. We can actually go deep and expand ourselves spiritually, but also even expand ourselves in the physical world, right? We get this beautiful information, we open up to it, and we can change our belief systems. That's what we do inside. But also then we have a physical component to ourselves where we can go out and help change the world. And look, here we are. Here is this cup that, it's okay that things are imperfect. It's okay that we build and it gets torn down. It's okay that we go out and we do things, and maybe that we have our naysayers, because you know what? That's part of being on this physical 3D planet, is that we have our inspirations, we take them to heart, we know we can move forward with things, and then we do, and sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's not exactly, we don't get exactly what we want, but we get so much more. We meet new people in our lives, we get new experiences. It's okay to be imperfect, right? Because here, I'm not saying that this was broken and glued back together, but it kind of looks like it was, that this cup was broken and glued back together. How many of us, if not every single one of us, has been broken and had to put the pieces back together of our lives, right? Or we're in the process of that, or we're going to be in the process of that, because that's just life here on earth. But you know what? Knowing that we have all our archangels, and all the archangels, our spirit guides, our, those people, our family and friends that have transitioned before us, they're here to help us, right? To uncover the deep mysteries of who we are inside, who we are, right? That will never, that light, that treasure, that's our soul, right? That light of source, that fractal of source that we represent will never be degraded. It will never change, and it will never be, stolen or taken or degraded, stolen, whatever. It will always be true, beautiful light of source, and everything that represents, allowing us to move forward in our physical lives to create the life that we want. There's nothing that says, and we can move forward, create the life we want. We will never, whatever we need, we can get without hurting ourselves or hurting others. Source and universe, the universe is always there to provide whatever any of us needs. I'm not saying wants. Wants and needs are different, but whatever any of us needs, we can get it. We can just align to it and get it. Source and the universe will provide without us having to hurt ourselves or anybody else to get it, to create this beautiful nest, this beautiful family, the beautiful new business, whatever it is. And yes, it's okay to have some imperfection. That's totally fine. It's just part of what we are and who we are and how we continue to grow and work around. I just feel like people put up, the guardrails, don't come here, whatever. That's okay. We can bounce off those guardrails and go and create our own life of what we believe in and who we are, and helping others along the way, usually too, because then others see us and say, wow, if they can do it, I can do it too, right? Or we really do help people, whether we're doing like an animal charity or we're doing something like that, and that would be, of course, helping animals, but it helps people too. It helps the wellness of our community. But moving forward in a beautiful light of, of this beautiful source light that will never, never, never be degraded or changed. And this creation helping us to really, to constantly expose, to constantly allow us to really find out who we really are, right? As we kind of peel back those layers of fear and jealousy and all these lower energies that, and that we don't need, because we're all here. Really, everything, I just heard this the other day, and it's becoming, well, it's relevant when I heard it, but even more so right now. Everything that we need, and probably everything we want, let's say that too, but everything we need is right here. We already have it. We just need to change our vibration so that we attract it. That's it. Changing our vibration, changing our perspective, changing our beliefs, right? And then you can't help but attract it. Once we become the vibration of something, we can't help to attract it to ourselves. So have a good vibration, know what you want in life, know what you need, and move about as though you already have it, because kind of like we already do have it. We just have to change our vibration. It's all there. We just need to attract it to ourselves. All right, I love that message. That being said, I'm going to do the 3-card pick using this Guiding Light Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. So if you have a question that you're thinking about, or just wanting some guidance from your spirit guides, let me shuffle these cards. And it's a big deck. So let me shuffle these cards. Here we go, and see what we get for our 3-card pick for the week here. I'm gonna do one more shuffle. Well, actually, it's like one more. Here we go. Now this will be the last shuffle. All right, here we go. All right. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. Don't think too hard. If you picked card 1, there's the number 62, which is 8, which like represents infinity, right? And it says energy protection. Your belief that you are not safe may be inviting an energy that is throwing you off balance. We are safe, right? But if you feel this way, if you feel unbalanced, center yourself, do some meditations, and realize that, put that white light of protection around you every day. So if you pick this card and you feel that you may not be safe, you might be inviting in energy, but it's an energy that you're creating yourself, because that is throwing you off balance. So again, meditate, ground yourself, put that white light around you, and move forward. If you picked card 2, you got 18, which is a 9, which is coming to the end of a cycle, and it says home, sweet home. Your home and family matters require your attention and tender, loving care. Yes, if you pick this card, it might be time to tend to your marriage, tend to your family, tend to those third dimensional things. I really feel like on earth, it might be time to start moving forward and putting into the physical, those ideas and things that you want to get started on. So that's card 2. And if you picked card 1, you got the number 1, which of course is beginnings, fertile new beginnings. And it says life force energy. It is time to engage in activities that rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. If you got this card, it is time for that new fertile beginning to move forward. And again, nurturing your mind, your whole body, your soul, right? And putting that all together because it just might be time to do that right now if you picked card 3. All right, my friends, I'm wrapping this reading up for the week. I will see you tomorrow with our weekend energy readings and a 3-card pick. Don't forget, on Mondays, I do my 3-card pick-a-card shorts. Tuesdays are my Super Duper Girl shorts. Wednesdays are my astrology tarot, where you can go in, and in the description on Wednesdays you can pick your astrological sign. I do a couple card pick for each sign for each week, and here we are Thursdays with our weekly energy readings, and again tomorrow is our Friday weekend readings. So there you go, my friends. I will see you soon. Namaste.